Hi guys, and welcome to another video within the Ask Shane series. This video is brought to you by the Academy of Holistic Mediumship in working partnership with www.shanegag.com. Guys, what a incredible question last week, and it has sprung to life a treasure chest of ideas, perspective, thoughts and feelings. And I thought, as I said last week, there's some miles in this yet to really explore and just kind of allow all this kind to weave together. So I remember is the title of the video, and let me kind of share with you and explain with you to you my thought regarding this is, I think many of us, if not all of us, have had that experience where we either meet someone or we go somewhere, and at some level we remember the place. We remember the people that we are coming into contact with, even if we've met them just for the first time. We've all had that sense of deja vu, and I think we've all experienced at one time or another that sense of knowing someone, yet we've only just met them. And I kind of get a sense of, as we move forward through time, more and more people are experiencing that sense of familiarity, that sense of knowing, that sense of, I've done this before, yet I clearly haven't. I've been here before, yet I clearly haven't. You can see out in the world, there are, and I think I've shared this before, there are incredible children being born, and within their young years being able to sit at a piano and play it like a master. What is that? That to me is that sense of remembering. Now, I'm going to share with you a really profound story that I believe draws some of this together. So stick with me, stay with me, and let's weave and knit this together and see where this takes us. Now, some time ago I was doing a consultation, and I am at this time kind of really looking back over these last 25, 26, 27 years of working as a consultant, holistic medium. I started as a medium, and that gave birth to holistic mediumship. I was really troubled by what I was seeing within what we would see as straightforward mediumship. Spirit have always said to me, evidence was primary, the start of the journey for the movement and the awareness of mediumship, but it wasn't the end result. The end goal was then, once you can kind of bring through that connection from the other side, and what drives that is the love of our nearest and dearest, the other side of life. Once that contact's made, then it's about kind of the transparency, the deeper work of moving that person forward. Spirit have always said to me, what drives contact is love. What drives contact is them wanting to add years, adding value to our years, adding just rich value to our years. It's for them, it's not about struggling and just surviving. It's about, we are designed to thrive. And I think with the constructs within modern life, it's always kind of just grabbing hold of us and pushing us down, yet Spirit are trying to unbuckle those chains, believe me. So I'm reviewing, just introspective, but without being lost in it, the last 27 years of the journey. And I remembered yesterday, and I thought, actually, this is very relevant to the question that we're exploring at this time. And I remember this lovely exchange with a dear lady that I was sitting with. Was, you know, I think she was in her mid-60s, early 70s, yeah, late 60s, early 70s, and she had lost her dear husband. And I said to her, I said, you absolutely adore the garden. You adore the garden. And I've got this image of you out in the garden, walking very gracefully up to what felt to be a pink rose. And I said, and you're closing your eyes, there's the warmth of the sun on your eyes, on your face, and you're closing your eyes and you're taking this deep breath in and you're smelling this rose. Guys, see if you can picture that. This sweet lady, she has lost her husband. She goes out into the garden. It's a beautiful summer's day, and she wanders over to the hedge, to the border, and she approaches this rose bush that has pink flowers. She closes her eyes, takes in a deep breath, and she just pauses and smells this flower. Picture that if you can. And as she does, she is full of a memory of her husband and her dancing. Okay? She's full of the memory of her husband and her dancing, going back many years. Now, I reflected that to her, and it was the most incredible, mind-blowing validation. Okay, incredible, mind-blowing validation. But what was, and so very, 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 very special for her, because to be honest, I wouldn't have said she was a believer, but out of pain, out of grief, out of hope, she come for a consultation. Okay, and I believe it was her granddaughter that had booked it for her. Not only booked it, but gifted it for her. But it was out of hope that she come. Imagine being on the receiving end of that, and me explaining and describing that whole scene to her. Now, this is where it gets really important and ties into I remember, which is really connected to many lives, many experiences. As I said, just stick with me. What was really, really mind-blowing was he then explained to us, and it was explaining to us, that the rose was an anniversary present from him to her, and he had actually gone out into the garden, planted this rose bush, and at the bottom of it he had put some rosé wine and 2 glasses, and then led her out to the garden with her eyes closed, got her to open her eyes, and there it was, with this bottle of rosé, these 2 glasses, and then he danced her around the garden. And he was explaining that when she walks over to the rose bush, there's 2 things that are happening. There's this sense of the memory's there and it's been stirred up, but not every time. And she said this to me, but I don't have that experience every time. And when I have the experience, I'm overwhelmed by it, as if it is happening. Key words, important point. As if it is happening. Now, what he explained to us was that he's there at times when she walks over to the rosebush. He's there at times projecting, enhancing the memory. Okay, absolutely enhancing the memory. So then she's just surrounded and bathed by the memory. Okay, as if it just fills her, and she says it's not like a normal memory. There's something that is very overwhelming by it, as if it becomes three-dimensional, as if I'm reliving it. Now, I've always said the language of spirit is pure emotion, is pure feeling. Now, I believe he is there absolutely projecting this memory, encapsulated with all the thought, with all the feeling, as if it's a videotape. Now this is really the innate talking to me now. As if it's a videotape, not that you just see it, but you feel it. Now that is the most advanced, incredible exchange, and at some level some huge technology or advanced communication that is being used. Now I really do believe that those, when we talk about memory, those memories of our past incarnations are kind of hardwired, and I also believe that at certain times they are stirred up or influenced or at some level activated, because within them is a wisdom, within them is a teaching, within them is almost a lesson, that in a way serves us or brings us to where we are at current day, or is needed to unlock and align. We talk about alignment all the time. Spirit talk about alignment. The whole kind of purpose is alignment. When we're aligned, everything kind of move towards our purpose and our meaning. We live out our purpose and our meaning. Now, on my Instagram page, I've changed some of my bio, and my bio now reads, important word, wanderer, woodsman, and witch. And I really feel at this time that those aspects of me I have lived through in past incarnations. I've been the wanderer without a shadow of a doubt. And as I was born into this life, big part of my life in my early years was wandering. I was searching for self. So I wanderer. This kind of many years have kind of merged from that. I've spent a lot of time in natural environments, and now I'm home fine-tuning my woodsman skills at some level, and almost that's merging into tracking as well. Woodsman, okay, is absolutely becoming three-dimensional. And the witch, 2 years ago, that October, the woodsman, the wanderer and the witch, the wanderer, the woodsman and the witch are coming whole. It's almost this sense of those paths absolutely meeting in one place. 3 different lives becoming whole and integrated. So there's a deeper sense of integration. And I think that the more we kind of move forward, we're going to be experiencing memories that we can't understand, a wisdom that we know, feel, becomes three-dimensional, but where has it come from? I believe that we are without a doubt many lives, many experiences, and we do, as we move forward, we remember. Think about when you've kind of just met someone and yet you know them, you've gone somewhere, you've never been there before, but you know it. I remember. I'll leave that with you. Hopefully that's going to stir up some thought as well. As always, a real pleasure within the coming week as well. For those of you that are a part of the Academy, there will be a deeper insight. Until next time, keep shining. Remember.